Hey everybody, it's Zach with the Mighty Electron, and we are back with another video in our Operation Highlander Tesla Swap. So as a reminder, what that is this is my goal to switch from my 2005 Toyota Highlander, which I love, it's a great car, to a used Tesla, probably a Model S. And what we were doing is, what got this whole thing started is I ran a spreadsheet and I figured out that to drive a Tesla would only cost me like an additional $20 a month over my Highlander. And so I thought, man, for 20 bucks a month, 25, maybe it was 30 bucks a month, yeah, I'd do that. So instead of just jumping into it, I thought, okay, look, right now the Teslas are still just a little bit out of my price range, so let's just run a hypothetical. I'm going to pretend to buy a Tesla and I'm going to pretend to buy a Highlander on January 1st. And then every month I'm going to check in, I'm going to track my miles, track the cost of electricity where I'm at, track fuel prices, all that kind of stuff, and just put it to the spreadsheet and see if it holds true. So it is February now, which means we have January data. So it's time to review. First of all, again, this is with me as though I were buying both of those vehicles. So month one, we have registration costs, that type of thing. So month one for the Highlander, registration, and this was based off of the NADA value. I averaged clean value and I think wholesale clean value. So I averaged those two because nobody pays retail, but normally you get more than wholesale. So registration for the Highlander, $499. Tesla, $2,080. That's expected. It's a more expensive vehicle. Insurance on the Highlander, $30. I mean, you see, I'm not going to go through every single one of these numbers, but you see the big ones. Insurance, $30 on the Highlander. They were $44 on the Tesla, so a little bit more there. Fuel. Okay, this is where it is, because remember, the big expenses for the Tesla were going to be depreciation. That's where I was going to lose most of my money. And for the Highlander, I was going to lose most of my money on fuel expense. So let's see if that holds true. On fuel, I spent $140 in fuel in January. And for the Highlander, I would have spent $34 in electricity. Okay, very, very well. That's good. Depreciation, here's where things get a little weird. Depreciation on the Highlander, $150. Again, that's according to taking the NADA value on January 1st and taking the NADA value on February 1st. $150 gone just for owning the car. The Tesla, here's where it gets weird. Everybody knows that right now the used car market is absurd right now. Like, it's not playing by the rules. The Tesla actually went up in value, $1,150. Let me make something very clear here. Number one, I don't think that has a ton to do with Tesla as much as it does it's a newer vehicle, and right now the used vehicle market again is crazy. My Highlander went down again in my hypothesis because it's a 2005 and like nobody's paying more for nobody's buying 2005 vehicles right now, so its value is going to go down. So by no means am I saying like, oh, Tesla's a great investment, they go up in value. No, I believe this is a fluke. I also am willing to believe that this may have been like an NADA fluke. However, I've run it a couple times and I've come up with the same number. So my guess is that with more data points, that number is going to become a little more realistic as far as depreciation. I certainly don't expect it to gain $1,000 of value every month. So write that off, but you got to report on the data that's there. And then everything else stays the same because there were no oil changes, no maintenance, no tires, anything like that. So right now, my Highlander cost me a total of $819 this month, and my hypothetical Tesla cost me a total of $1,008. So here's a quick chart to show that. And there you go. Again, it's a little weird because that depreciation, the used car market's weird. But it did get me thinking, okay, what if I didn't buy a Tesla, but I did buy a new car, new to me car? The other vehicle that I was looking at was a Honda Ridgeline. and it'd be used. You know, I think in my price range, I was looking at like a 2014 Ridgeline. So I threw up those numbers too, going January 1st to February. Here are those numbers. The Ridgeline would have cost $1,406 to register. Makes sense. $38 in insurance. A little bit nicer vehicle than the Highlander. Would have cost $162 in fuel, because again, it doesn't get as good a gas mileage as the Highlander. Depreciation was $200 on that bad boy, which again, that's to be expected. And for a grand total of $1,806 lost on the first month. So those are the first month's numbers. They're about where I expected, minus the Tesla appreciation, which is just weird. But I think February and March will show a little bit more standard numbers on that one. So that's where we're at. Keep in touch and follow along with this journey. We're really going to see how much more would a Tesla cost for the average person who's not in the market for a new M3 or a new A6 or A3 or A4, something like that. So, like, subscribe. We'll see you next time.